to be our digital media lab. It's now our audiovisual studio. And speaking of our audiovisual studio, as we embrace this new virtual world, we do want to remind you that we are now offering classes, art classes, online for you. So whether you're not on Marco or you're not going out, a lot of your favorite Art Center instructors are teaching. These classes are done to replicate our on-site classes. They're taught in real time. We limit the amount of students who can be a part of the class. So please check our website. One of the sliders will go across and you can see what teachers are teaching. We'll be getting our November schedule up just hopefully before the end of the week, and then we'll be putting out the online class schedule for January through May shortly thereafter. Now today, we have a special treat for you, another wonderful guest, an artist whose work is on display in the gallery exhibition that we have right now, which is entitled March through July 2020, Artistic Reflections. And all the work in that exhibition was created during that very unique period of time that we all went through from March through July. So during this time, when sometimes people were shut in, where we've had to deal with issues like COVID-19, which has been a little frightening and a little scary, but we are moving forward. So the artist we have with us today is Susan Gross. Hi, Susan.
Hi, Hyla.
Welcome.
Thank you.
We're so excited, and I see your beautiful artwork behind you coming to us from where you are. But what I want to start our conversation about today is the piece of artwork that is behind me. I'm going to move out of the way so you all can see it. This is a piece that Susan has in our exhibition. And Susan, this is a very complex piece. Would you like to tell us a little bit about how this was created?
Yes, I will, Hyla. Well, the title is 2020 Family Musings, and how it all started actually was the background of that picture. If you can see the swirls in the background of the different colors of paint, that was originally supposed to be Hurricane Irma. Well, I started painting this right after Hurricane Irma, and I painted those swirls, and then I looked at it and I wasn't real sure about it, so I put it aside. And then I started painting other things that I needed to do during that time and kind of forgot about that painting. Then I went back to it and it was sitting there with the Hurricane Irma swirls, and I'm thinking, what can I do with this? So I decided to have all my family members paint something happy on it, because the swirls kind of reminded me of the turmoil of the pandemic. And so along with that, I thought, well, let's paint something happy to go on top of it. So my husband took that big painting over to my daughter's house. She lives in Naples. And our grandson, Alex, who's 6, he started it. He painted the big cheetah in the middle. I told him there's no rhyme or reason to whatever you paint. Whatever makes you happy. So his mom gave him the paints, and away he painted the cheetah and some clouds along the top. That was his contribution. Then my daughter painted the horse. She and her husband are in the horse business. So she painted the horse. She rides horses every day. And the butterfly. She has a butterfly garden in her backyard. So that was her contribution. Then my son-in-law, Steve, he painted the fishing boat down in the corner, the bottom left corner, with a little kind of a silhouette of the fisherman on the back and the waves underneath. He loves to go fishing during his free time. Then we brought the painting back to our home, and I said to my husband, you need to paint something. And he goes, oh no. I go, yes. So he painted the white sports car that you see on the bottom. So he has fun with that every now and then. And then it was my turn. So then I decided to kind of paint what I like. I painted a rainbow, which I see often here after rainstorms on the island. I painted the sunset sky on the very top. And kind of my interpretation of the Picasso peace bouquet. which is there on the top. And then I kind of painted some flowers and different things that make me happy. And then I added some different wordings, some statements, a little bit of commentary to bring it all together, and different words and different feelings of what's going on during this time. Some of it controversial, that reflect the current issues of our time, and it just kind of brought it all together. It's kind of interesting because there's a lot going on, and it's kind of fun to look at and to think about, you know, the fun things along with the pandemic and the turmoil in the painting a little bit, and some of the wording.
Well, it's absolutely beautiful, and the words that it looks as though these were cut out from periodicals or magazines. So this is sort of a multimedia piece, so there's some collage as well as all of the family painting.
That's right. I looked at different newspapers to get the Naples Daily News every day. So I would just look at different, you know, statements and different sayings and thinking, well, I can use this. I like what this says. And so I would cut them out and save them, and then I applied them onto the painting where I thought they would fit appropriately.
Well, it is beautiful, and something that was created by your whole family. I had expected that it might be a not for sale piece, but it is actually for sale. So if you're out there and this is something that would fit in your home, give us a call and we can help you.
Yes,
but again, this is a unique piece for you. Can you tell us a little bit about your background? You're not from Florida, I know that. So tell us a little bit about your background as an artist.
Okay, my husband and I are from California, and I was an art and music teacher, mainly an art teacher, for 30 years in Irvine, California, which is in Orange County, which is about 60 miles south of LA. And I taught kindergarten through 6th grade, and there were 23 elementary schools in the district of Irvine, and I had 11 schools. There were 7 art teachers, I was one of them, and we rotated from school to school and did kindergarten through 6th grade on rotation. And it was very complicated, but I did it for many years and I had it down. So I taught many students many different types of art. We displayed several pieces through Orange County, Laguna Festival of Arts, the Pageant of the Masters, which is worldwide in Laguna Beach, and a lot of libraries and in different art centers in different areas. The art was everywhere. So not only was I busy teaching, I was busy framing and selecting students' artwork and displaying it throughout the whole county. And I taught kindergarten through 6th grade. I also taught at the university level, Long Beach State University in Long Beach, California, and I taught new teachers how to teach art to their students. And I did that for about 4 years. I loved that too. That was very rewarding.
Well, that's quite an impact. Now, let's talk about you yourself as an artist. Were you also painting during the time that you were teaching, or is this something you took up as you retired from teaching?
Well, I took up, most of my painting was done when I retired because I had more time. When I was teaching, I was so busy raising my 2 children and teaching art full time. Very, very seldom did I pick up a paintbrush for myself. Every now and then I would. But when I retired, that was when I really started painting. And we took a family trip to Costa Rica in '95. And I told my husband before I took that trip that I really wanted to start painting on large canvases. So when we got back from that trip, for my birthday, he walks in the door with this huge white canvas. I mean, it was 3 feet by 5, huge. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh my goodness, what did you do? And he goes, well, you said you wanted to start painting large. Well, here's your canvas. We just got back from the trip, so, go ahead and start painting something. I was so intimidated with that large canvas that I actually looked at it for months before I painted anything on it. Then I start looking at the photographs that we took from Costa Rica, the beautiful flowers, the waterfalls, the foliage, and I just started painting, and that's really what inspired me. And my first painting, it's not behind me actually, but the second one is kind of a Costa Rica painting. But I love painting large and with very bright colors. Then we moved into this house in Irvine, California that had all white walls with very high ceilings. And my goal was to paint and put my paintings up in our home. So I must have painted 10 to 15 paintings for our house, and I just kept going.
Wow. Now, what mediums do you like to work in, Susan? Because I've noticed, I mean, this is a very unique piece behind me, and one that is specific, and as I said, so special to have done with your whole family. But I've seen a lot of your pieces, and there seems to be quite a scope and breadth to what you do. So what are the kinds of mediums that you like to work in?
Mostly, these larger paintings are acrylic paints.
Okay.
And I used to work in oils, but I like the acrylics and I can handle the acrylics. You have to paint fast painting with acrylics. And I like the fact that you can easily wash out the brush, it dries fast, and there's no odor. And I was successful with it, so I continued with the acrylics. I also like watercolor, but I don't think I've displayed any watercolor paintings at your art center yet. But I have a lot of different things with shells too that I've done for the art center. But my painting is mostly acrylic paint.
Do you ever miss teaching?
I do. I miss it a lot. I love teaching. I love the feedback from the children, and I really loved their creativity. And I gave them an instruction as to how to do it, and then I said to them, do it your way, and there are no mistakes in art, so whatever you do is going to be beautiful. And I just got some magnificent pieces of artwork.
Well, it's so amazing to have touched so many lives through the work that you did, having taught for that extended period of time across all age levels, basically, from little itty bitties in kindergarten up to future art teachers in college, which is fairly remarkable. So what brought you to Marco?
Well, our daughter moved to Naples about, probably about 12 years ago. And
the daughter whose work is here?
The daughter whose work is there. Yes, she and her husband, they work with horses, benchmark equestrian in Naples, and they got married and had a baby. So I was living in California, my husband and I, at the time. We were flying all the time to Naples. And so we just thought, well, you know what, we've been here a while. How about a different change, a lifestyle change? So we ended up here on Marco Island, actually. And so we've been here for 5 years. And we see our daughter and our grandson a lot, and our son-in-law. And it's really nice. The pace is much slower. And we can go to a grocery store in 2 to 3 minutes down the road. And you think it's a lot of traffic, but we don't.
I used to drive 95 into Manhattan. This does not feel like traffic to me. I'm used to Northeast traffic. I get you there, and it is. We are all very lucky to live in paradise, and we at the Marco Island Center for the Arts are very lucky to have you as part of our art family. Susan also volunteers here at the Art Center and is a member of our gallery committee. So we are very lucky that you and your husband ended up here so that you could be a part of what we do and your art could be on our walls. Now I'm going to ask a question that I always wrap up with, which is, can you share with us what or whom may have influenced you as an artist?
You know, actually, I have always loved drawing and painting. As a kid, just doodling around and having fun, I was always drawn to it. I never really took a formal art class, until I was in college. And I didn't know I wanted to do anything with art until I took an art class. And this one teacher said, you know what, you've got some talent and I like your style. And just hearing that encouragement really struck something in me that I actually majored in art in college. And it just kind of took off from there. And then I became an art teacher. And then afterwards, I have to say, my husband pushed me. He said, you know what, you have got to start doing this yourself now. You've been teaching, with children all your life, and now it's your time. And I guess he really meant it when he walked in with that big canvas.
Well, he needed somebody to create art to cover the walls in the house. He had his own live-in artist, so to speak.
That's right. He said, we're not going to buy anything. It's going to be all your paintings. I go, okay.
Well, he's very lucky, and I'm sure it's, as I said, we have seen your work here at the Art Center for several exhibitions, and we are so grateful that you brought work in for our present exhibition, which is, again, March through July 2020, Artistic Reflection, all work created in that time period. And this exhibition will be with us until October 5th, when we will bring in our first new exhibition of our new year. We start our fiscal year in as of October 1st, so that's when we think of the new year here at the Art Center. And we look forward to welcoming everybody. We are open to the public, observing all safety precautions when you come to visit. Please wear your mask, but we will have plenty of hand sanitizers. We'll keep everybody socially distant. We are getting ready to start both our on-site classes along with the online ones that we have, new exhibitions coming in, and events that we are doing on-site for smaller groups. And if you're not going out, please do check out our YouTube page, because all of our exhibitions are now done as virtual tours. So if you haven't gotten over here, go check out the exhibition. There are actually 3 videos that make up this whole exhibition here because it is so large. But we're here for you, and we look forward to seeing you at the Marco Island Center for the Arts. Susan, thank you so much for joining us today. We really appreciate it, and we look forward to seeing more of your artwork here. So we're going to say goodbye, and we will talk to you soon.
Hyla.
Bye-bye.
My pleasure. Okay, bye-bye. Thank you.